We've got Brigadier Paul Gibson, former commander of the Black Rats, former director of a counter-terrorism and UK operations. He's now defence and security consultant. And beside him, Joanna Williams, who's an author and academic. And Paul, it's you we're starting with, and that warning from Putin that the worst is yet to come.
Yes, well, the Daily Telegraph piece is quite compelling. It talks about Macron's call with Putin, which lasted 90 minutes, and Macron came off that call very clear that Putin is determined to pursue his military operations. And in parallel to that, we have Putin's state address, which the Telegraph references, where Putin is unapologetic about what he's doing. He's saying that the military operation is going extremely well, which it clearly isn't. I mean, the Russians are going much slower than expected. They're not getting their objectives that they wanted to. But for public consumption, Putin is talking it up, that they are going well, and they are going to keep going. So it's absolutely chilling, this article in the Telegraph.
I mean, the fact that he said the worst is yet to come, and he said it to Macron, didn't he, means that, as you said, it's for public consumption, but it does reflect the fact that he doesn't see that there's anything wrong in what he's doing, and he will not be talked out of it.
Yeah. And I think militarily, the Russian forces are getting frustrated. If you look at that convoy to the north of Kiev...
we look at it every day and we wonder why it's still there.
But the lineup, that is not a military operation. That is a convoy of logistic vehicles that was expecting to be waved on by cheering Ukrainians into the capital city. It's now bogged down. It's being attacked by Ukrainian forces. It's in the mud. Vehicles are breaking down.
See, I'm glad to hear that, but because we're not seeing that.
Yeah. But I think we have to be a little bit careful, because there's also a report in the newspaper today, I think it's the Telegraph, where it's saying that the reason why this convoy is stuck is simply because it's an opportunity for them to regroup, for them to get more missiles. And I think we need to take this situation incredibly seriously. And I take Putin at his word when he says the worst is yet to come. Unfortunately, I mean, I really wish I could get kind of carried away. I know that seems a very flippant way of putting it, but I would love the romantic story of the kind of brave Ukrainians succeeding and beating back the kind of Russian bear.
That's what I fear, that it's wishful thinking.
Exactly. I think we've got to be so careful to take this very, very seriously.
No, I think we're all taking it very seriously. I think what has surprised the Russians is the level of resistance from the Ukrainian forces, and they have been very clever. For example, in the very early days of last week, they switched off their air defence systems. So they were not sending a signal where their systems were, so the Russians couldn't pick them up. They've spread them all over, so they're difficult to find. So the Russians would have expected by now to have complete air dominance. They have not got it. The Russians are losing helicopters, they're losing fast aircraft, being shot down by Ukrainians. Also, the Ukrainians are doing very well with sort of small groups operating with anti-tank weapon systems and destroying Russian tanks. So this has surprised the Russians. So I'm not underestimating how serious this is.
No, I agree completely. I mean, the Ukrainian bravery, I think, has inspired people all around the world, and it's an amazing thing to see, and I really cheer them on. But like I say, I'm just concerned that we don't underestimate how serious this situation is.